What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about words that are rude in Britain, but completely normal here in the United States. You know, in past videos, I have learned about British words and British phrases and slang before, so I know there are a lot of differences between American English and British English, and yet I still never considered the possibility that there might be words I'm saying just throughout the normal course of me talking that I don't even realize mean something rude, something completely different that I think is normal. Words might be something that's vulgar or bad to say in Britain, and I find this somewhat disturbing, and yet oddly entertaining in a way. So I'm excited today to learn about these particular American words that are rude in Britain. So with that being said, let's find out.
Rude word number one, period. Period. Now, in American English, this is the little dot you put at the end of a sentence.
Period? Period? I can't even say period. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm saying it nonstop now. Feel like I'm gonna be doing this entire video. Period. I can't imagine what on earth. This is not something I thought was different between the United States and Britain. Period. Yeah, it's the dot at the end of a sentence. It's a grammatical character, you might say. Is that not the same in Britain?
In British English, we would say a full stop. A full stop.
A full stop? Hold up, let me look at this again. I'm actually genuinely shocked. I've never heard of a full stop before. Full stop. I mean, man, this is just fun learning British words, but the video is really supposed to be about American words that are bad in British. But anyway, this is educational, man. I didn't even realize. So period is bad in Britain. Period is so completely normal to say in the United States. Like, couldn't be more normal. No one would bat an eye. No one would care. Full stop, never heard of it. It's a much more aggressive way to say your sentence is ending. It really has some punch behind it. Full stop! So I actually, I kind of like that. Okay, so what does period mean in Britain?
However, in British English, a period is menstruation, okay? It's part of the
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the same exact thing in the United States. In the United States, a period is also this same definition. But I guess the difference is in the United States, it can mean two things. It can mean this kind of period that women experience, or it can be the end of a sentence, a character. Whereas in Britain, it only means this. So I don't necessarily think this word is rude. I guess you can use it inappropriately if you're just like yelling about periods for no reason, but I don't know if it's not like a curse word or something.
menstrual cycle. It's the period of discharge of blood for females.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily it's a rude thing, it's a part of the body, it's a natural thing, but
Yeah.
if, for example, a teacher was to say to you, don't forget your period, what? My period? Huh? What?
I think the interesting thing about this word is how in America it's probably more commonly, like when we say period, it means the end of a sentence, like a grammatical thing. Whereas in Britain, when you say the word period, it's talking about this, about that something that a woman experiences on a monthly basis. So that's a huge difference right there.
Oh, my full stop. Oh yes, sorry, I'll put my full stop in there.
Full
You can see where the
stop.
confusion might lie. So,
Full
period
stop.
in American English is full stop in British.
That sounds like a good band name to me. Full Stop. Like, I can't believe I've never heard of Full Stop either. That's funny.
English. Number 2, Trump. Trump. Now, of course,
Okay.
in American English, it refers to the president, right?
Well, to some Americans, this is basically a rude word. This would be a curse word to some Americans. Trump. Yeah, but besides having, it being Donald Trump's last name, it's also a word in American English that means to get the better of somebody, to defeat somebody, to trump them. So it has that meaning as well. What? I can't even imagine what rude meaning this could possibly have in Britain. Another word I didn't know was different.
Right, Donald Trump. Okay, but in British English, we use Trump as a slang term to mean fart.
What? This is great. This is amazing. Okay, Trump is a slang word. It means to fart, like a trumpet. Like you sound like a little trumpet. You to trump. I like that. I'm gonna use that. I actually like that.
Yeah. So, for example, if someone asks you, "Are you pro-Trump?" I don't know.
Are you pro fart? Very divisive political opinions here. Are you pro Trump? Are you pro fart or anti fart?
Do I support farting? It's natural. It's a natural thing. Oh, do I support Donald Trump? Oh, okay, I understand.
Okay.
You're probably not going to get confused, but it's quite humorous.
It
Number
is.
3, bum.
Bum. Funny, because this is like almost a slang term in America. I guess it's just a word. Bum. Like he's gonna say here, it's a homeless person, someone living on the street. This can be it's kind of a rude word to say, you know, if you're calling someone a bum, even if you're calling a bum, it's a little rude. Hopefully you're not running up to them saying that. I'm sure they've already got a lot of problems on their hands. You don't need to be calling them a bum. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is a nice word, but what does this mean in Britain? Now I'm wondering.
Bum.
Wait, bum. I mean, this can also mean your behind, your butt. Is that what this is? That it also means your hind quarters, your butt?
Now, I believe that in American English, this is a kind of derogatory term for a homeless person.
Yeah.
In British English, it just means bottom.
Yeah, okay. Like, this is literally also the same definition in the United States. Americans are being a little silly if we use the word bum. You don't hear bum too often, but Americans would definitely know what you're talking about. If you're like, I'm gonna kick you right in the bum, like, all Americans would know this word. So this is the same, I think.
Bottom, right? Now, how can this manifest itself in a confusing way? Well, let's say your friend's just gone to Los Angeles and they're like, oh, how was it? They were like, yeah, pretty good, but man, there were bums everywhere. Hey, what? Huh?
Sounds great.
But
sounds amazing.
Okay. I have no idea what to do with that information. So you can see there can be a confusion, right?
Okay. So, I mean, this is interesting, because it's like, what I'm understanding here so far in this video is in America, some of these words can mean two things, whereas in Britain, it basically usually means one thing. Like in America, bum can mean homeless person, it can mean buttocks, and in Britain, it basically always means butt. So that's kind of the major difference.
In Britain, we would say homeless person and bottom or bum. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, bird.
Bird. I think I know this one. So bird in the United States only has one meaning. One. Just one. And it's a bird. Like he's saying a winged animal, that creature that flies. A bird. I'm sure that's the same in Britain. You can't tell me, British people, don't use the word bird like how we use the word bird. But in Britain, I think a bird can also be a woman? Is that derogatory? Is that rude? Like, I actually didn't know that, because in movies or something, or I've heard British characters refer to women as birds. Is that, like, rude, maybe?
Bird. Now, in American English, they're talking about the animal, a hawk or a pigeon or an eagle.
Yeah.
In British English, we have that same meaning, absolutely.
Okay.
We also use it as a slang term, slightly derogatory for a female.
Okay, I wasn't sure on this. I didn't realize if this is offensive or not.
It's not a great word. I don't particularly like using it. The confusion could come in when someone says, like, "Whoa, look at that beautiful bird over there," and you're like, "What?" And you're looking for a female because that's the association you have, but actually they're talking about the animal. So they can.
Huh. I mean, I'm just wondering, would most British people, if hearing this sentence, check out that beautiful bird, would most British people think, oh, they're talking about a woman, or oh, they're talking about a flying animal? Now I'm very curious about this.
There can be some confusion there. As I say, we do use the word bird to mean the animal,
Right.
but it can also mean female as well.
Okay.
This one you'll probably never use because I don't know anyone that uses these, but in American English, the word fanny pack.
Fanny pack. Fanny pack. Yeah, it's a little bag. People wear them to like amusement parks sometimes. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a power move. Like, if you're wearing a fanny pack, you have some serious confidence. Honestly, respect if you're wearing a fanny pack, because it's a very tiny little pack that buckles around your waist, and it does not look very cool on most people. But the name fanny pack is not rude or offensive in America. No one thinks of it at all except as something kind of silly and fun. Whereas in Britain, I know fanny. Now that I'm thinking about this, fanny means butt. So this means butt pack, or what does this mean to a British person?
Is the kind of bag you use around your hips. You might just put like your passport in there or your wallet, something like that.
Yeah.
I've never used one, I think, or I certainly wouldn't admit to using one. But in British English, we would call that a bum bag. A bum bag.
Oh, a bum bag. A bum bag? A bum bag. I love that. A bum bag. No one in America would have any clue what this means. A bum bag? We call it a fanny pack, and Brits call it a bum bag. That is like the purest translation ever. Instead of fanny, it's bum. Instead of pack, it's bag. I love it. Bum bag. Okay.
The word fanny in British English is actually the female private part, the vagina.
What? What? Since when? Wait, what? What? When did this happen? No one told me this. I didn't know this. I didn't know. I had no idea. Really? I thought fanny meant butt. That it can mean that in the United States if you're being like a little silly. It's kind of like saying bum, but even more rare. Someone might say like, I'm gonna kick you in your fanny, which would be your bum, which would be your butt. I promise. It. What? I am shocked. I have never heard this one. Maybe it kind of makes sense because it's like, when is this kind of thing ever gonna be explained to me, except in some random YouTube video? Glad I'm learning these things now, finally.
So it's a slang word. So when Americans use the word fanny pack, I think most Brits kind of laugh. They think that's so strange. What a weird thing. What a weird concept.
Yes, now I get why that comes across as so strange. But in America, fanny means butt. So it's really the same thing as a bum bag when we say fanny pack. That's my argument.
And then we remember, oh no, it's a bum bag. Okay, right, I get it. This is the classic one that will confuse some people. The word pants.
Pants. Okay. This one always confuses me as well. I am aware of this one, that there's the British word pants and the American word pants. In America, I at least know this one. It's pants. It's those things you put on your legs that go on the outside. People see your pants. What would that be in Britain? Trousers? I think trousers is what I'm thinking of. But pants in Britain is what I would think of as underwear, undergarments, things that go under your pants that no one is meant to see, except for a select few people, maybe.
In American English is trousers in British English.
Okay,
right.
yes, yes.
Pants in American English, trousers in British English.
Right.
Pants in British English
Okay.
is underwear.
Right.
Underwear, the things you wear underneath your trousers.
Okay.
So when an American says to you, "Oh my God, I love your pants,"
What? Sorry, I'm just laughing at his accent. His American accent is, it's not bad, but it's interesting. It's interesting. He's very excited about the pants. Yes, this one isn't like the worst thing ever. It's at least just a funny little linguistic kind of turn of events where it just means underwear or, the stuff underneath your trousers. So this one definitely has caused confusion for people, and I get it.
I love your pants. My response is like, what? Huh? You can. I check to see if they can see my underwear, and then I remember. Oh no! They mean trousers.
Yeah.
So that's where the confusion lies.
Yeah.
Pants in British English.
Wow, that's a good one, because that's probably one of the most common misconceptions, like in all of British versus American English.
Can also mean, it's like a slang term for rubbish. Oh, that's pants.
Oh,
man, that film was
okay.
pants. Like, it was rubbish.
Okay,
So
okay.
there's another meaning there. But
Interesting.
pants in American English is trousers in British English. Here's a great one. Randy.
Randy. Okay. Randy. Not a very popular name in the United States, but it would be a name. It doesn't really have a meaning. I think literally due to the Austin Powers movies being popular when I was growing up. That's the only reason, thanks to Austin Powers, that me and a lot of people my age and older do know that Randy is a British word. And I think it means horny. And that's literally just because of Austin Powers.
Now, in American English, I believe that's just a common name, right?
Yeah.
Randy.
It's not that common at all. I actually have never met a Randy ever, but it would be a perfectly acceptable name here for sure.
Randy Travis, for example, or I don't know, someone else. Now, in British English, we don't really use Randy as a name. It's actually an adjective to mean sexually aroused.
Right.
So the confusion lies when an American introduces themselves to you and they say, "Hey, I'm Randy." And you're like, "Oh, okay, too much information. Too much information."
Okay.
And they're like, "No, my name is Randy." Oh. Hi, I'm Tom. All right, and
That's
the last
funny.
one, suspenders.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is an interesting one, because this only means one thing in America, suspenders. Those straps that go over your shoulders, they hold your pants up, or your trousers up, excuse me. They hold your trousers up. And yeah, you don't run into many occasions to use suspenders too much, but they're a thing. No idea what this could mean in Britain, let alone that would be rude.
Suspenders. This in British English is braces. They're the things you wear to
Oh.
hold up your trousers. So
Oh, braces. Okay, in Britain, suspenders are braces. Oh, that's good to know.
in American English, suspenders. In British English, braces.
Okay.
But suspenders in British English is the item of clothing that usually females wear to hold up stockings. So if an American
Oh.
says to me like, "Tom, do you prefer to wear a belt or suspenders?" I would say, belt. Not really into suspenders. Maybe he says,
Okay, it has to do with clothing, but it's just a bit different. An important distinction.
"Well, I love suspenders." I'd be like, "Hey man, hey, you do you, okay? No judgment here." Right? So there's a slight confusion. So
Okay.
there we are, guys. 8 American English words that, when
Wow.
brought over the Atlantic to Britain, can cause some problem. They're not necessarily all terribly rude, but we do have to be slightly careful with them. Now, I'm
Exactly. Wow. That was so entertaining. That was fantastic. I have definitely said several of these words in videos and of course in American conversation with my fellow Americans, but it's all fine in that circumstance, but I could absolutely see me or any American traveling to Britain and using all these words. Like, none of this would be strange for Americans to just say in normal conversations. So this was so accurate, actually. And I really enjoyed this. This was by Eat, Sleep, Dream English. And I got to give that video a like. That was fantastic and educational as well. Thankfully, it's like none of these were horrible, like horribly rude. I think the biggest one was forgive me for keeping saying it, but like my American self finds absolutely zero restraint or issue with it. Fanny. Fanny is just like the most innocent word ever in the United States. It's a silly, funny word that means but in Britain, it means something totally different that I'm glad I know now. That was probably the most significant one, like actually, that would actually be rude if that definition that I learned today is correct in Britain. The rest were kind of like, silly, funny, still be kind of awkward in certain situations. So, at any rate, this was very entertaining and very enjoyable to me. So, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to British culture and stuff about Britain that I have never seen before or learned about, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.